Let me start by saying, this sort of stuff really bothers me. So I'm genuinely looking for advice. My girlfriend have been dating for 6 months. I'm 22 and she's 21. We met in university. We have a fantastic relationship. Look out for each other, push each other, are solid with the families. It's the best relationship of my life. Amping at the issues below, we look at sex as not being the be all end all. But that sex it's been off for a bit. A month ago we introduced a couple toys. She loved them and used them every day, sometimes multiple times. We then went through a phase where she couldn't finish when we had sex, probably because she was masturbating with toys so often. As we continued using the toys, I became unable to make her finish as I used to. Oral, fingers, even me using the toy on her wouldn't work. Now, when we go to have sex, I can't really get her wet or turned on without a toy. It's almost like an addiction. The cherry on top is this. She's very petite, meaning that we struggle to have penetrative sex in general, as 9 times out of 10 I'm too painful for her. Even after hours of foreplay, it can't happen. She'll not want it, or just want other stuff. Lastly, anytime I initiate sex, it's did you bring our friend the toy? Then she'll use it on herself, and have a good time, then quickly finish me and we're done. There's minimal passion or connection these days. She's noticed the disconnect too. It eats away at me. I'm no longer able to pleasure my girlfriend, or make her finish. I don't know what to do, what to think, or how to change this. Are you sure she actually had an orgasm before? Orgasm for women aren't easy to come by, and when I was younger, and worried about men's feelings I would fake it. Then I bought a toy, and I swear I used it 20 times a week, because I'd just discovered the orgasm. All my friends were the same. I think the best way to move forward would be to just talk to her. For me, almost 30 is impressive to see so many men under 40 that doesn't realize that we do not usually finish by penetration. Literally I can finish only by oral or fingers, and it has to be for a long extended time, or my toys for 2 to 5 minutes lol, but I could be having normal sex for hours and feel good but never finish. Penetrative sex should not be painful under most circumstances, and when it is, this is what happens. So address what's causing the pain. It could be a yeast or bacterial infection, unstandard, endometriosis, or something else more serious. And ignoring pain like this could seriously negatively affect her fertility or general health down the road. So doctor's appointment ASAP. It could make a huge difference for you both. A tilted uterus and a man of average size can be painful, especially if he's fully engorged at entry. If it was 9 out of 10 times that penetration was painful, I can see why she would rather use toys. My thoughts exactly. Truthfully, it would seem that the introduction of the toy has allowed her to actually experience an orgasm and finish for the first time. Are you sure you were definitely getting her off before? This seems like a new and exciting thing for her, hence the increased use of the toy. Women are definitely shamed more for masturbation and exploring themselves. She obviously enjoys this feeling and is exploring it more, especially if she finds sex painful. Some women just need that extra stimulation that a toy can bring during sex. You need to have a conversation around this and see what you can do to get that spark back with the help of your toy. Plus, it could be that she thought/convinced herself that she was orgasming before until she tried the toy and was like, oh, so this is an orgasm. That's what happened with me, at least. LMAO. This was me in my 20s and 30s. Most likely you are too big and she is hurting, so all she can focus on is the painful piv sex coming. Makes it hard to enjoy the foreplay. Toys are smaller or outside on the clit, so they are getting her off and she doesn't associate them with pain. Look into buying on it. You can experiment with the rings to keep from hurting her during piv sex. Use the toys as allies and make her come multiple times before you her. Finger her during the toy use. Work her up to your cock. For your fun, get her to blow you while getting her off. I do it with my partners and it's hot. Patience is key. A good partner works with you to help you overcome sexual issues. Also, if she doesn't want piv sex, consider just talking that off the table for a while. Find out ways to make sex mutually enjoyable without the fear of pain coming later. She may associate sex with pain, but toys with pleasure subconsciously or consciously. Even petted women should have vaginas that stretch. Have you guys looked at the possibility of using dilators and positive reinforcement about penetration, taking away the anxiety it could be giving her? And perhaps shared toys for the both of you? You could make games out of foreplay and find ways to make it more about the journey rather than just the destination. But honestly, it sounds like she just got a toy that finally gives her multiple orgasms, and of course she's gonna like that. You also may want to verify that your condoms, if you're using them, aren't latex. That made sex very painful for me. I thought that's just what sex was supposed to feel like and read it if. Apparently I have an allergy. We just changed to skin and problem solved. Quite likely her orgasms before were more embellished moments, and now she's ready to pursue some greater goals. Embellished doesn't mean faked, just embellished, near or almost moments. They're still good though. There's also what I'd call demi-orgasms. But if she's not getting wet, change something. She'll let you know what's working. At 21 she's still learning stuff about her own body. It's a cool journey, go with her. Is she on any new medication? Things that cause dry mouth can cause wetness issues too. I think what a lot of the commenters are ignoring, that a large issue is that the introduction of the toy has led to a lack of intimacy. You stated she uses it on herself and then quickly finishes you, which doesn't sound like making love. Talk to her about it. State that you miss intimacy and that if you could figure out a way to use the toys while also being more intimate, it would be good. First things first, don't see the toy as your competition. Learn to enjoy it, even by proxy, my friend. Now, if penetration hurts, there are two possibilities. 1. Not enough lubrication. If that's the case, play a bit more, including the toy too. There could be issues with the pelvic floor. In that case, there are pretty good exercises that will help your GF in more than one way. Maybe before she was just faking she was having an orgasm, or she thought she was having one, but she wasn't really. Semicolon. He's very petite, meaning that we struggle to have penetrative sex in general, as 9 times out of 10 I'm too painful for her. Try a C*** *** ring. A C*** *** ring makes the C*** *** bigger. Lol, she clearly wasn't actually coming before. My first advice would always be, talk to her. Express that her using that much the toys make sexy between the two of you distant and not special anymore. But also offer her solutions. Ask her to teach you how to make her come with and without toys. I myself can't have penetrative sex for the same reasons, and I basically have only one way to come, and believe it is frustrating too to not be able to have proper sex with my partners. So based on my experience, you just have to communicate when why you have sex. Take your time, make an ambience, use the toys as a plus and not the all sex experience. Just don't start the conversation by telling her there's something wrong with her. Just ask her what she likes. What does the toy do that you can do? You should probably talk to her about how you're feeling. Since you have not stated you've done this in your post, I assume you are sitting there silently about it. Communicate with her. Tell her you're feeling insecure because of the toy. I trust you're a decent boyfriend, since you do bring her toy, which means you care about her pleasure. But it's just very difficult to come without vibration for a woman, I think. However, it takes two to tango, and no two people have such perfect sexual compatibility that no compromise is needed. It takes a little time to go back to being able to come from finger/oral stimulation after consistently using a toy. You can't really beat a motor, sorry bro. Her size wouldn't affect her size down below. There's more to it than just liking using a toy, as others have said. You need to both sit down together and have an open and honest conversation about how both of you see and enjoy sex with the other one. She doesn't love the toy. Accept and integrate it. You'll both be happier. If it hurts for her, then using toys makes sense and is valid. Lowering down how often she's sexually active, including toys, could help. Example, only being sexually active once a week or once every 2 weeks. She could also try using toys that are smaller and upsize them every week or every 2 weeks, so she could get used to it. She also could have never finished and thought she did by mistaking it with another feeling. Don't take it personally. Think of it as new. Have you guys ever tried masturbating together? Something super sexy about it, like getting your own little peep show while knowing they are pleasuring themselves while watching you. Most women can't get off from sex. It's okay. It's nothing about you. Her getting more used to her body and what works will make it easier for her to tell you. You're both young. Sex shouldn't be painful ever. I'm a petite woman, 151 centimeters, and my fiancé is 191 centimeters. He is also very big down there. It is not sore, just sometimes a bit of shock/adjustment, if you get me. She may want to get checked for a problem if she's finding it sore. It also sounds like she is desensitizing herself with a toy. It's been 6 months and you're 22. I'd check out of this if it were me. Yes. Why did I have to scroll down so much for this? Cut your losses and hit the road. Some incompatibilities you can't fix. I'll just say it. Sex with toys for girls is like 100% better than just having a guy alone. It's hard to enjoy sex without it once you've experienced it, because it just feels so much better. Why don't you try and look for sex toys that you can use together better? For example, vibrating C*** rings, if it's the vibration she likes, or toys that come with apps that you can control, or even just hold the toys yourself rather than let her use them by herself. Also, just have a conversation with her about the disconnect. She should respond well. Be honest, but don't just expect her to enjoy sex again without toys, because it's just a fact that they can make sex more comfortable and be more pleasurable. That's crazy because we use toys, but my partner is 100x better. The connection and warmth can't be replicated, emo. Hey, I'm going to give my perspective as a male. If you're worried that your partner is not enjoying your input in sex, be sure to communicate that. Ask her, do you think you need the toy? And if she says yes, ask her if she sees that as any kind of issue. But think about it like this. You wouldn't ask for a HJ from your girl because you know you can do it better than her bashing it like baby seal. Do you think she's incompetent? Nah fam, you've just been slapping the ham long enough to know what to do. I mean, think of it like this too. Imagine if you were watching porn every time you had sex. People would be screaming addiction. So maybe she is addicted to this toy. So she might have an issue. But ultimately, you need to communicate if you are feeling disconnected during sex. Dude, I read what you're saying. 9 out of 10 times penetrative sex is painful for her. You're going to have to get over your jealousy towards a piece of equipment and realize that she is preferring the sexual experience that doesn't hurt. Get in the game, dude. Learn how to wield that toy like a pro and have her want you on the other end of it every time. Your insistence that it has to be your P******, that makes her come as putting distance and resentment between you. You're totally in your rights to tell her that you want to be part of the physical intimacy with her and not just be there to watch her masturbate and then get you off, even if that means that you're handling the toy for her and she's pleasing you in other ways that piff sex. It's not the toy's fault and it's not your girlfriend's fault, hell it's not even your fault. Just do your best to play the hand you were all given if you want this relationship. If you don't, end it and move on to one you want before it's more painful and ugly to separate. Sex shouldn't be painful. Maybe have her go to a doctor to look into this. This is something she can find on her own as well. Even if you were 9 inches down there, she should eventually adjust to it, as the V** has the ability to stretch and give. Well, if she is addicted and doesn't want sex, then there is nothing you can do. What have you done to try making sex less painful before the toys? Maybe she just learned to associate sex with pain and is happy she discovered the toys but overdid it. Ask her if she is willing to go to a doctor for her pain and to cut down the toys. If not, you should leave her. You said it's painful for her. She probably didn't have orgasms before and wasn't able to enjoy sex because it's hurting her, and that's overriding any pleasure she can get. The toy's gonna be smaller and won't hurt her. I'd what to tell you, BC, you can't change your size and neither can she, so maybe a sex therapist can advise you. Good luck.